So, if you're in marketing, you've lived and breathed search for decades, right? It's been the bedrock of digital strategy. But what if I told you the entire rulebook for that game just got tossed out the window? We're in a new era now, thanks to AI, and sticking to what worked yesterday is pretty much a guarantee you'll be left behind. So I've got to ask you, straight up, is your SEO strategy built for a game that doesn't even exist anymore? Are you still fighting to get on a list of 10 blue links when the future is all about AI just giving the answer? Okay, let's really get into this. This quote, man, it just nails it. The whole question we're trying to answer has changed. It's not about how do I rank anymore. The real question, the one that matters now, is how do I become the source that these huge intelligence systems actually trust? To really get what this means, this whole shift from ranking to trust, we gotta put the old way and the new way right next to each other. So let's break down exactly how different yesterday's game is from the reality we're in today. Check this out. This slide lays it all out perfectly. On the left, you've got old school SEO. The goal was simple, retrieval. It was a straight line. Find a keyword, try to rank for it, get traffic. But look at the right side. The new goal is reasoning. It's a totally different loop that starts with your expertise, which then becomes training data for AI, which then leads to citations. The big hurdle isn't just being seen anymore, it's proving you have authority. And this is where it gets even deeper, It's a whole new philosophy. For years, SEO is kind of like a cat and mouse game with Google, right? We were always trying to reverse engineer the algorithm to get a temporary edge. The new way is totally different. It's cooperative. It's about building an information architecture, something solid based on real expertise that AI systems can learn from. And that creates an advantage that actually lasts. So here's the bottom line, the big takeaway. The problem you're trying to solve as a marketer has completely changed. Yesterday, you were just trying to get seen. You were solving for visibility. Today, and for the next decade, you're solving for authority, period. All right, so we get it. The game's changed. It's about authority, not just being seen. But what do you actually do about it? How do you build that? Well, the source material lays out this fantastic framework called the 3 horizons, and it's basically a new map for your entire search strategy. And here's how it breaks down. Horizon 1, that's your bread and butter, the here and now. It's traditional SEO, making sure you hit your numbers for this quarter. Horizon 2 looks out a bit further, maybe a year. That's where you're trying to show up in featured snippets and knowledge panels. But Horizon 3, that is the real game changer. This is the 10-year play to make your company the absolute ground truth for AI. But listen, this isn't about throwing out everything you're doing today. The whole key here is balance. A smart leader is going to spread their resources across all 3 of these horizons. Look at this breakdown. Yeah, most of your effort is on the short-term stuff, but a healthy chunk, maybe 20 to 30%, has to be invested in that long-term authority play. Think of it like an investment portfolio, right? You don't put all your money in one stock. A truly mature strategy is working on all 3 of these at the same time. You're balancing what you need to do to survive this quarter with what you need to do to dominate for the next decade. So, take a quick look at your own strategy. Are you balanced? Or are you kind of putting all your eggs in that short-term basket? Okay, strategy is great, but how do we actually do this stuff? If the big goal is to become the ground truth for AI, then your job title just changed. You're not just a content creator anymore. You're an AI trainer. And the way you train an AI, the metric that matters most, it's a concept called truth density. Basically, it's a measure of how packed your content is with real, verifiable, specific facts. Fluff and generic statements have low truth density. Hard, specific information has high truth density, and that's the stuff AI learns to trust. Let's make this super concrete. Look at these 2 examples. On the left, a low-density statement. Machine learning is an important technology. Okay, true, but it doesn't really say anything. Now look at the right. Supervised machine learning requires labeled training datasets. See the difference? That's specific. It's verifiable. It's packed with substance. So be honest. When you look at your own website, which column does most of your content fall into? Okay, this all sounds good in theory, right? But does it actually work in the real world? Well, let me tell you about this case study with a nonprofit in Arizona. They decided to put this whole idea to the test. They built a single, massive guide with the highest truth density they could manage, and they made sure there wasn't a single claim they couldn't back up. And get this, they threw the old SEO playbook right out the window.
They published this thing on a brand new website with absolutely zero backlinks, no history, nothing. Its authority didn't come from any outside signals. It came from one thing, and one thing only: pure, unadulterated substance, verified data, legal citations, expert guidelines.
So what happened? What was the payoff for all this work? 24 hours. That's how long it took to hit page 1 for some really competitive search terms. That just proves that modern AI systems can see quality directly. They don't need to wait around for old-school signals like backlinks to know when they found real expertise. And look, that 24-hour result is amazing, but this strategy isn't just about getting a quick hit. It's about building a fortress, a competitive moat that nobody else can cross for the next 10 years. And that fortress has a name. It's called semantic authority. It's that magical point where AI systems just know you're the real deal. They see you as a definitive source of truth. And once that happens, you get this amazing flywheel effect where your new content ranks almost instantly. And your competitors, well, they just can't catch up using the old tricks. Now here's the catch. This isn't a get-rich-quick scheme. It takes patience. It's like planting a tree. The first year, maybe even 2, you're putting in a lot of work, and it's going to feel slow. But then you hit this tipping point, an inflection point, and boom, the growth just goes exponential. Your authority starts to build on itself. So let's fast forward. What does it actually look like to win in this new era, say in 2035? Well, it means your content is what the AIs cite as fact. It means your success isn't just measured by traffic, but by authority signals. It means your spot in the market is safe because you built an asset that took years to create, not a ranking that can vanish overnight. And it means you're seeing search data for what it really is: crucial business intelligence. So I'm going to leave you with one final question, and it's a big one. Take a hard look at what you're creating every day. Is it just inventory, stuff to fill up a web page that you hope someone sees? Or is it valuable training data designed to teach the entire future of intelligence that you are the one to trust? Because how you answer that question, well, that's going to define everything for the next decade.